this problem, we want to figure out how to solve an inverse variation application problem. This problem says the time it takes to remove all campaign signs in Bakersfield after an election varies inversely with the number of volunteers working the job. If 12 volunteers could complete the job in 7 days, then how many days would it take for 15 volunteers? All right. The key phrase here is varies inversely. So I'm going to underline that just so we remember what it is that we're dealing with. All right, in any variation problem, we have what's called a constant of variation. I need to choose some variables to represent some of the quantities that I'm dealing with. One thing I know that I'm dealing with are the number of volunteers. I'm going to underline that so that I remember. And the time it takes to remove all campaign signs, or just time, if you will. So to represent time, I'm going to use T. And to represent the number of volunteers, I'm going to use M. So T is time, just write this down to remind myself, and N is the number of volunteers. Okay? In any inverse variation problem, like I was saying before, you have what's called a constant of variation. In this case, I'll call it K. Now I'm going to use the information I have in order to set up an equation. It says the time it takes to remove all campaign signs varies inversely with the number of volunteers. The equation that it's describing is T equals K over N. And the reason that it's K over N is because it's a varies inversely type of problem. I now have two tasks. First, I have to find out what value K is, because K is a constant, and then I have to use that information to figure out how many days, or in other words, the time, it would take for 15 volunteers to remove all the campaign signs. So first, step one, I'm going to find K. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the information that I'm given in the first situation, if 12 volunteers could complete the job in 7 days, and I'm going to use that to find K. So in this particular situation, 7 days would be the time it takes, and the number of volunteers would be 12. So solving for K, I get 84. I can now use this information to help me solve the number of days that it takes for 15 volunteers. So let me set that equation up over here. Let me just make some room. Okay. So instead of time, I'm just going to write T, and instead of K, I'm going to write 84, and instead of number of volunteers, I'm going to write 15. Okay, so I now have T equals 84 over 15. When we calculate this using a calculator, if we wanted a decimal number instead of a fraction, we would get that this is 5.6. And since we're dealing in days, our quantity here would be days. So to answer the question, it would take 5.6 days for 15 volunteers to remove all the campaign signs in Bakersfield. In this problem, we solved an inverse variation application.